Practical, we're going to be starting off with the dermatomes L1 through S2. So what I'm going to start by doing is asking the patient to close his eyes. Close your eyes for me. Okay. So testing L1 and L2, I'm going to start on one side and then move to the contralateral limb. So this first one, L1 and L2, that's going to be the front of the thigh. So I'm just going to lightly poke, and you're going to tell me if you can feel that.
I can feel it.
Then we're going to move to L3, which is right on the patella. You feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then L4 is going to be the medial aspect of his lower leg.
Felt that.
You feel that? And then we got L5 here. You feel that?
Felt that.
Okay. And I'm going to have you lift up, and then just the sole of the foot right here.
Yeah.
You feel that? And then that was S1. S2 is going to be right here on the back of the thigh.
Mm-hmm.
And you can feel that. And then what we would do in a clinical setting is we would move to the contralateral limb, do the same exact thing. We would also want to make sure that we're not doing any, we're not going in any motion that's predictable for the patient. So moving on to the myotomes, you can open your eyes now. So what we're going to do, L1 and L2 is going to be hip flexion. So I'm going to have you lift your hip up like this.
Stand up and do
You
it.
can stay sitting.
Okay.
Good. And then we're going to go to knee extension. You can drop down your hip and then go to knee extension. That's going to be L3. L4 is going to be dorsiflexion, so you're going to go like this. That's L4. Okay. L5 is going to be toe extension, so if you can extend your toes like that. S1 is going to be plantar flexion, so pointing your feet to the ground. And then S2 is going to be knee flexion, so like this. So what I would do in a clinical setting is I'm going to apply resistance through the break test. So let's actually go on the left side here. So let's start with hip flexion. I'm gradually applying resistance, seeing if he has enough strength there. And then we're going to go to knee extension, so push up. Good. And then you keep your knee out here. And then we'll go dorsiflexion. And then toe extension. And then we'll move to plantar flexion, pushing down. And then finally knee flexion, so just right back. So those are your myotomes. Lastly, we got the two reflexes for this module. We're gonna start with L4, which is the patellar reflex. So I'm gonna have you can scoot back just a little bit. Cool. I'm gonna have you close your eyes. And then hit right at that patella tendon. Now this is not an ideal situation because the bed is kind of restricting his motion, so I might not get something out of this. Next, what I want you to do is I'm gonna have you lay down and have your feet off the edge of the bed. Can you get on your stomach for me, please? And this is going to be the S1 reflex, otherwise known as the Achilles reflex. So I'm just going to hold right here, and then, oh, you can't really see that, can you? There we go. Hold right here, hit the Achilles, and if the Achilles reflex is doing what it's supposed to be doing, then you should plantar flex with this exercise.